You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live. Next, featuring intimate and in-depth interviews with Black Hollywood's next edition of stars and influencers. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, next.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're watching Black Hollywood Live this week, not Black Hollywood Live next, but I am Derrial Christon, joining you today on this Friday afternoon, and joining me on this panel is Courtney Stewart.
What's up, everybody?
You got some new hair today, Courtney.
I had to choose something, so I had to be somebody else without an afro. So,
I feel that. You're giving it right now. You're giving me Courtney J. Blige right now.
You're so silly.
Courtney J. Blige in the house.
Yeah.
And we got DJ Jesse J, who's joining us as well.
You feeling yourself with that Courtney J. Blige?
He's only said it like 15 times.
I did. I said it when she walked in.
For real.
I was going to say Courtney Badu.
But yes, that's right,
Yeah,
Courtney Badu.
yeah.
But we got a great show today. We got some special guests with us. You will see them in 2 seconds. We have A.D. Dolphin with us. He is the founder of D Herbs.
Hey,
How you doing, A.D.?
Welcome,
feeling
welcome.
good. Glad to be here.
And we also have the lovely Michelle Madison. She's an entertainment reporter and the executive producer for Miami Now TV.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you guys for coming in. We got a lot of topics today, including DC police are searching for 2 twerkers in regards to sexual harassment. I hope y'all saw that video because it is crazy. Missy Elliot releases new music we're all excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Empire's Gabourey Sidibe, is it
Sidibe.
Sidibe, responds to haters about her sex scene. She's getting a lot of flack for that, and she responds a great response. And Spike Lee is catching heat over his new movie release. But first, we are going to talk about last week's buzzer meter question, which was, should the Spring Valley cop have been fired? You guys voted. 93% of you said yes, and 7% of you said no. I'm surprised about that 7%. I thought it'd be 100% slam dunk.
It definitely wasn't 100%. Because, there was all those people that were defending him and saying, it's hard to be in schools and do all this stuff. So I'm not surprised. There's a small amount of people.
Did you guys saw the video, AD and Michelle?
Absolutely.
And what, do you think that he should have been fired?
Absolutely.
It was
Can we
like,
turn AD's mic up a little bit, please?
A little bit.
Some things just you don't have to say it. It's common sense,
But I
I
didn't
think.
understand the principal or the teacher standing right there.
Just
Yeah.
watch.
The entire time. I was like, you're going to let that happen to one of your students?
yeah, but what they say is that there's a law in South Carolina.
Teachers can't put their hands on the students at all.
Yeah, they have to
That's-
automatically call the police.
That's a lot of places, but
Yeah.
if that was a parent doing that to the student, then
They
it would have
would
been a
be-
different
True.
story.
That's very
So,
Interesting.
I think there's some laws that we just need to reevaluate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in the future, but with other cases, hopefully this will stop a lot of these things to go on in the schools. But he did get fired, so. All right, our buzz meter question for today is, are you excited to see Chiraq? I'm excited to see. I saw that trailer. That trailer, the call to
You
action
ready?
at the beginning of the trailer, I'm ready for Spike to bring it.
Yes.
There's a lot of people
Yes.
that are excited and a lot of people who ain't
And a
excited.
lot of people who are not excited. And a lot of people who are insulted.
I'm seeing it on Sunday.
I am too,
Yeah.
actually. All right, we're going to move on to trending topics with DJ Jesse J.
All right, y'all. So
I can't.
I know what you're doing this weekend, but one thing you should not be doing is twerking on random
stranger.
people.
Especially if you're not getting paid for it.
Okay.
Especially.
Honey, that's why I go to the club. I stay to myself. I don't touch nobody. All right, but no. So, okay, this happened in April 4th, and but now a video has surfaced
Surfaced.
of these 2 young women who. Well, one girl, all of a sudden, she was like paying for something or getting gum at first.
And then she just got excited.
This man was behind her, and she just felt the need to just back up on it. And I'm like, this, Mona Scott, this is what you're doing to our community out here.
Oh, you called out Mona.
Hey. If she
Yes,
posts
he
something
did.
about it on Instagram,
Yes, he
then I would
did.
feel like she knew what she was doing, but she know. But anyways, so then all of a sudden, as she stopped grinding on this, poor man.
I mean,
Poor
to say
man.
grinding is a little bit excessive.
I'm going to say grinding.
She got like 2 good booty pops in, and then she was like back up at the counter. It wasn't like she was like, grinding is like a for real, like we made contact and we're doing something.
Oh, there was some
Honey,
contact there.
she made
Did you see the
contact.
booty on top of the front of the
She was
pants?
doing something.
She went
What?
pop like a good 2
Well,
times
fine, that's
and
fine.
was done.
All right, the first girl, whatever, fine. But then the second bitch kind of come up
I
here.
can't with him.
Girl, thinking that this is 7-Eleven, reaching at him like he's the damn double-sized
Well, see, that's the
bike
thing. That's
dog.
who he should have been worried about, because she looked like she was trying to like reach for a wallet or grab something for real.
I thought it was like the setup. I thought it was like the
Yeah,
decoy, and
for
then all of a
sure.
sudden he was going like, yeah, baby, wait, where's my wallet at?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They were
Right.
just aggressive prostitutes.
Is
Well,
that-
technically, one of them has been arrested for
Yes.
prostitution in
Yes.
like two states. She's only 22, the one that actually got caught.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, if being a prostitute, you're supposed to get paid to deliver services. So if you're gonna twerk on someone for free,
Make it
aren't you
cute.
doing what you're not supposed to be doing?
Right.
So I don't know. I'm not a madam, but I'm just saying.
I think the
Right.
thing that was so odd about it, it just seemed like they didn't know each other, and then it seemed like they were working together.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was
Well, that's how the setup works.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they
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 have to
play a
pretend
game.
like they don't know each other, so that's how you get food.
Well, I was really confused at the beginning because I was like, how did the police get involved outside of just seeing the video? But then I heard that the guy
yeah.
actually
He-
went and
yes.
called.
Yeah, he
And-
snuck into
he
the
snuck
car
'cause
wash.
he's a teacher, and he didn't, he didn't want to be on full blast, which I get it now. He's protecting himself. But I was like, because at first I was like, the dude didn't call. You know what I'm saying? Why would he call?
This sounds like such a Law and Order case. Like I just picture him crying to Olivia Benson. She's just like, "We're gonna figure it out. It's okay." Men do get sexually harassed.
Harassed
Right.
too, but
Right.
supposedly she was facing 10 years for
That's a bit
her booty.
much.
I'm sorry, I do not want to pay for that woman to be in jail for 10 years for doing 2
twerk.
booty
No,
pops
didn't we
on
just have
twerk.
this conversation like 2 weeks ago?
Yes,
Obama's trying to get the
She
black
might be
man
out
out
here
for
trying to get
the
him out
petty
of that.
crimes. We gonna put the
That's
girl in
too
for
much.
twerking?
Give her a fine, make her clean up something on the side
Right,
of the
let her
road.
clean up
I don't
something.
know, but she does not need to be in jail for 10 years. I don't want to pay for it. I don't believe in it. I think it's bogus.
Well, you might think it's bogus, and so does Missy Elliot, and she wrote a song about it.
Where are you from, girl?
Where are
Where
they
you at?
from?
Where they do that
So
at?
she dropped her video for the Where They From featuring Pharrell, produced by Pharrell, you know what I mean? And have y'all checked the video out?
Of course.
Yes.
I love it.
Whenever
Obviously.
Missy's back, I have to watch.
Yes.
I know that's right.
It's Missy.
The video was
Well,
actually amazing.
you said what?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes,
Oh, the puppets.
yes.
The
Even though the
puppets.
Pharrell puppet is a
I've
little
never seen
freaky
that
though,
before.
it's a little
Yeah,
freaky.
No,
the
I thought
Pharrell
it
I
was,
like
puppet.
when
but it was
Yeah.
brilliant. It was
Yeah.
brilliant.
I wanted more from the puppets,
Yes.
actually. All right, well, so we have a little clip that we're going to play. Here's Missy Elliott, Where They From? She looks great.
I mean, she's killing it. It's like 1998 all
Well,
over
that's what I
again.
said. It was like, yes, a throwback.
This is what Missy does. She makes videos that you want to watch.
Yeah.
And I mean, Missy's what, like 44?
44? Yeah.
All her videos are game changers.
Yeah.
Like, aside from Michael Jackson's Thriller, like,
She killed it.
Yeah.
Boom, Missy Elliott,
Yes.
Where They From? All right, y'all, where you from?
Where you
Miami.
Yeah.
Get on up.
ATL, baby.
So some people are loving the video, and some people are saying that the song might be coming from Miss Miley Cyrus. Where some of the
Cyrus.
lyrics comment out, where are you from, where are you shaking your
And
your
then she
ass
talks
and
about
sticking
licking
your
out your
tongue.
Oh,
tongue.
sticking out your tongue. Right.
trying to be something that you're
Miley
not.
Cyrus didn't invent any of those things. She just made it more popular.
I think it's an easy way to make it a link, and it's good press.
To sell more.
Because the
Clicks.
bottom line is the young kids, they just discovered Missy back when she did the Super Bowl, came out
Right.
with Katy Perry or
And
whatever.
the horrible Aaliyah movie.
Yeah.
Terrible Aaliyah movie.
One thing I wanted to know about the video, was that the young girl that used to be in her other videos?
The little white girl from
Yeah.
the...
Yeah, they grew up. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not sure.
I haven't
thought that
heard
was
yet.
her the
I didn't
older
notice that
version of
one.
her.
I'm
I
not
didn't
sure because
notice
she's
I'd have to
I
I have to rewind and look
yeah.
it, but I don't think so because she hasn't worked with Missy since that.
Oh, okay.
That was a working
And I don't think
right?
she's still dancing, actually.
She did a tribute to
Because she
Missy.
did a little tribute, but I think she like went back and like
She
did a
has like the
school or
pop, this
something.
pop career, and it's like Very interesting. Song.
Yeah.
But Google her. It's her song is interesting.
What's her name?
I don't remember all that.
You know everything.
We have to look that
I
up.
remember all that.
Google the cool
Courtney,
white
I know
girl from
you were
video.
saying that you didn't think the song was that hot.
mean,
I think the
don't
song
think
is hot.
I don't think it is
like
either,
the
personally.
song. I obviously listened to it, and I wouldn't pop it on a stranger or anything, but I'll do a little ditty or a little something. But I didn't, like, when I heard the song, I wasn't like, oh my God. Like, if I heard it in the car, if I had heard it in the car first, I would have been like, what? No, I would
It
have
ain't
changed
like
it.
break me up.
It's like a pretty girl. Like,
It-
you look at her, but you don't.
Yeah, but the video was amazing.
And that's what it is. The videos are going to actually elevate the song.
Yep.
I think so, and I'm glad because I feel like videos have. Maybe I'm old, but I gave up on videos a long time
Thank
ago.
you. I don't even watch videos.
I don't even watch them anymore. Somebody be like, "Did you catch?" No, I didn't, y'all.
You're right. I mean, I give you
see it.
that.
I'm
I don't
like,
watch
yeah,
videos as much.
Yeah, and it's like nowadays they couldn't even do a pop-up video because they'd be like, pop-up video. This is a green screen.
Yeah, it's whack. It's so whack. So, if she does nothing else but bring a good music video back, it was all worth it.
And I was reading these comments on YouTube from people, and they were comparing it to like Nicki Minaj, and they were saying who's better, Missy or Nicki Minaj?
It's because that's their frame
And some
of
people were
reference.
like, this
That's
song's
the
whack,
only-
Nicki Minaj is better, and I'm like,
It's because they
oh,
only
hold
have
up.
that as a frame of reference.
But you
I'm so
can't
little
even
sure I'm
compare-
right around talking about Nicki Minaj back. Girl,
Yeah, and they
bye.
were doing Lil Kim compared to Missy back in the day.
True.
You
Yeah.
can't do all that.
I just like when she does the little head flip and it changes the side of the
Yeah.
makeup each time.
And
I
the
was feeling
dancers are
that.
still in this exact same.
Same,
Yes.
yeah. She's
They-
killing it.
it's fabulous.
Listen, I ain't mad at you, Missy.
Keep doing it.
You looking good,
we
too.
need it. We need it. So
I
she needs to
imagine.
keep doing it and keep bringing it.
Boom. Well, someone else who's bringing it is Seal, his new album 7. Yes. Have you guys got to hear the new single?
I heard the single.
Heard
I think we
single?
have a clip right here. Can we take a
clip of
quick
the
little
single?
listen? No? Little time? It's called Every Time I'm With You.
Do we need to explain?
So he's going to be performing on the Today Show with Kelly and Michael, Seth Meyers, and The Talk to support the album release. On 7, Seal explores love and all of its implications and intricacies. Subject matter he began to delicately approach as early as 2013, knowing exactly where he wanted to go. The album's produced by Trevor Horn, the producer on Seal's iconic tracks, including Kiss from a Rose and Crazy. So make sure you guys check out Seal's new album, 7. Boom.
Seals.
That was you giving your love sexy voice?
Yeah.
That was the background love
That's that
section.
Seal music here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Seal reminds me of a dentist office.
Oh, well,
In a
yeah,
positive way.
the ambiance.
I'm still trying to get the positive.
Wait,
in
what?
that.
There's
Let me-
nothing positive about the dentist
Yeah,
for me. I
what's the
hate going to the
positive
dentist.
part?
I love going to the
I
dentist.
hate the dentist. I think it's
Teeth are
worse.
pretty.
But I've never had teeth problems. I have no reason for it. But I just I think it's it makes me so anxious.
But
I
don't
would
you-
go
I
to
just
the
come out just
gynecologist
feeling
like
like-
800 times before going to the dentist.
Fresh
Wow.
I just
Okay.
worry they're gonna stab me in the tongue, like
Yeah, I feel like they scraping your
because you know they always have the little hook thing and they have to clean.
How many
or whatever,
times does that happen to you?
And I just get stressed out that I'm gonna get stabbed with the hook. I
I'd
don't
be
wanna
way
do
more
it.
scared to go to a gynecologist. 'Cause
No.
I can't.
On that note,
I know.
now
but
we
I
talk
heard
about
That was
they
another
doing-
conversation that
Yeah,
had nothing to do with Seal.
Yeah, that had
but
nothing to do with Seal. Well, maybe it does
Well, he
have
got
to do with
kids.
Seal.
Well,
He got
that's
kids,
true.
and I'm sure he explored Heidi's
And
area in different ways.
Wow.
All right, sorry. All right, we're gonna move on to gossip and rumors.
It's not really gossip or rumors this week, but it's like what's going on. So we are talking about Empire because everybody's talking about Empire. Everybody's watching Empire.
Some
People
people.
cannot get enough of Empire. Empire even have a fashion line that's out right now, by
They
the
do.
way, that you guys should check out Fashion 411 over on the same network, and we talk about it. But anyway, so this week there was all kinds of dramas in the Twitterverse and the Instagrammeries and whatnot because everybody lost their mind because last week Miss Gabourey Sidibe, who plays Becky on Empire, had her a little boo thing, and they had a little opening scene. And you know what? They keep reporting that she had this like opening sex scene.
Yeah.
I of course had it on my DVR, so I had to go back and watch it. I'm like, it was a sex scene.
No,
What?
they was just mad that she
They
put
were
her
just
leg
like
up.
making out, and she wrapped her leg around his thigh. So anyway, apparently that devastated the world of non-large people because they
Non-large
decided
people.
to go online and give her all kinds of crap and say things like yuck, disgusting. Now Empire has gone too far. So like the tweets were just going and going and going about how disgusting it was that this woman wrapped her thigh around her man as if she can't have sex because she's large. So anyway, she kind of let it just play out for a little while. It went on for a few days, and finally she was like, you know what? Okay. She went to Entertainment Weekly's website, and she gave a little response that was very, very eloquent, and it went as follows. Quote, yes, I, a plus-sized, dark-skinned woman, had a love scene on primetime television. I had the most fun ever filming that scene, even though I was nervous, but I felt sexy and beautiful, and I felt like I was doing a good job. I'm very proud of the work we all did to make that scene a great opening for the episode. I keep hearing that people are hating on it. I'm not sure how anyone could hate on love, but that's okay. You have your memes, honestly. I'm at work. I'm too busy to check Twitter anyway. Hashtag booked. So that was her response.
I ain't mad at her.
And I loved it. There's people that have come out in support of her, like Sharon Osbourne was on the talk, and she was totally supportive, like how, this girl is so talented and working. She's wonderful and beautiful. How could anybody have anything bad to say? And apparently, the big, beautiful women of the world also decided that they're going to go on Twitter and start another whole hashtag. And it's called hashtag My Fat Sex Story. And the women started posting about, how beautiful they are also and how much love they've gotten, regardless of the fact that they're large. And there's nothing wrong with being a big, beautiful woman and getting a good love thing going on. So that's the Gabourey.
There's another
story.
hashtag going around, too, where the women are posting pictures of themselves without their head in their underwear to show different body sizes and whatnot, too. So
I mean, you know what? Congratulations to Empire for
thing.
taking, that, I'm not even calling it a risk, but taking a chance of like showing something different on TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, let's keep it real. Now, I only thing I have to say is that I would like her to go see AD, at D Herb's and D Herb and Gabby is a beautiful woman, but I feel unhealthy sometimes with her, and just for health reasons. You know what I'm saying? Just for health reasons. I love the scene. All good, but for health reasons, I say I get a little concerned sometimes.
You get a little concerned.
I mean,
is it genetics or sometimes lifestyle choices? Because people's sizes are not necessarily also always dictated by their lifestyle choices. Because I have friends who are plus size, and that's their genetics. They were born to be this way, and they also have boo things that are hot, and people are always surprised that.
Like, oh my God, how did you get it?
The only thing I would say, genetics definitely does play a role. But I think it's more lifestyle driven, because let's just say if your father ate pork, beef, he had diabetes, he had everything, but then you were a vegetarian, you're not going to have the same ailments that he had. You led your life differently.
True. Yeah. See, that's why AD is up in here breaking that knowledge off. You know what I'm saying?
And after my
What if her
seminar,
thyroid ain't right? Or maybe she has polycystic fibrosis or something.
She does.
Like, we don't know.
We
and
don't
that's
know.
not for us to really
Absolutely
decide.
not.
It's for her to determine when and if she needs to change or do something different. But in the end, apparently, according to the media, she's become the face of the body acceptance movement, and she found that a little bit difficult, and she sort of was like, I didn't plan to be this, and whatever, and it's a huge responsibility, but she's been placed in the role, so she sort of accepts the role, even though it is a lot of responsibility.
See, and that's the other thing. I wonder if maybe she keeps that image because it gets to a point where what it's felt like for so long to be bullied or talked about or in a position that now that you've made it and you have the money to make that change, is that almost giving up on the people out there who can look at her as an inspiration? And I don't know,
But
I always think about that with her.
let's say she eats right, she does the cleanses, but she only loses maybe 10 pounds because genetically wise, that's what her body's predisposition to do. What do we tell her then? Do we tell her?
But I don't want to tell her anything. My question to you guys is, would you say that because of the role that she's in, being a public figure, that's something she should be communicating to her fans?
But what is she communicating? She's communicating self-love.
Mm-hmm.
She's not saying go out and have 10 cheeseburgers and be like me. She's saying accept who you are.
Accept who you are in your own skin.
Yeah.
And live to the fullest exactly how you are.
So I teether on that because you made a great point about eating habits, but I've also known a friend of mine, same age, she's about 33, health fanatic, vegan, life coach, fitness fanatic, died of cancer.
Right.
So I've seen it different ways, and that's why I say I definitely believe in the lifestyle of having that mentality of eating right and teaching your kids to choose the fruits versus the French fries at all times. But I've also seen it where your genetics at the end of the day trumps everything.
Yeah.
So
I think your genetics definitely play a role, but
Yeah, because I should be fat.
How you live your life is basically.
No, you're right. I know.
It's a strong element.
It's a strong element.
Because look at me, and I probably should be.
I should be obese.
I mean, I admitted it. I chose Cheetos last night, and I didn't mean to. It happened.
It happened. And listen,
really
when they just said cheeseburger, my mind went to like 5 cheeseburgers at McDonald's. And I don't even want to eat McDonald's, but I should be obese.
On my way here, I was like, I want to try In-N-Out Burger. I haven't had it yet.
We may have to go after the show. You keep talking about these damn cheeseburgers.
I wasn't asking for a Caesar salad or a chicken salad.
Who wants that?
You're going to embarrass us in front of AD. We talking about cheeseburgers now.
I told y'all
I
felt guilty sitting beside him. I was like, of all the people
I feel guilty being in the room with him, because if you knew what I ate last night.
But at the end of the day, we congratulate Empire and Gabby because you're doing your thing. And I loved your Twitter response because that was, listen, you working, baby. That's all you got to say.
I'm living.
I'm sorry, I'm booked.
It.
I ain't got time to read press.
The last time they talked about her on the red carpet, didn't she say, well, I'm about to get on my private jet to go on my next shoot?
That's all you need to say.
Thank you, bye.
That's all you need to say.
I'll hold the leg for you, boo. Let me.
I'll decide if I need to change or do anything different. So, anywho, speaking of doing things differently. So, the next story is a little bit not as chipper. Okay, so I'm sure most of you guys know, University of Missouri, all hell broke loose, essentially this week. To compact this in a short description, basically what happened was there's racial tension on the campus. It's been going on for quite some time. There's been a variety of incidences that have happened. The black student population has felt uncomfortable for quite some time. They felt like they had been speaking up and not really getting a response from the university officials. Finally, the football team this week decided, I believe it was on Saturday, that they decided that they were going on strike. Mm-hmm. And that they would not play until the president, who is Tim Wolf, stepped down. And of course, football team, they were up for like a game, I guess, on Sunday that was going to cost the school about $1 million for them to not play, basically. And lo and behold, even after there was a graduate student that's been on a hunger strike since like November 5th.
Right.
They had kids at homecoming back in October standing in front of cars talking about, no, we won't go. Basically, like, y'all need to step up. But the football team went on strike. 24 hours later, Tim Wolf did not have a job anymore. He stepped down. Chancellor Bowen also stepped down. And I read that they hired an African-American as an interim president, but I have not found a name or figured out if that's accurate, so I'm not certain, but supposedly that may be the case. But having this happen, sort of other schools have chimed in with their similar situations. Yale is having major issues right now because of an email from Halloween. Ithaca College, University of Georgia has stepped up and was doing some things. Southern Mississippi University. So lots of universities around the country, their black communities are standing in solidarity with Missouri, but also sort of speaking up of their own experiences. There's hashtags running around online about going to college while black and what is that like. The University of Missouri has released, the team that is behind the protests and all that has released a list of demands, which Donald Trump just called irrelevant and ridiculous. Well, because it's really interesting to me that the entire Republican candidacy has made some very upsetting comments, not surprisingly, but still shockingly in 2015 about not really thinking that basically calling these kids infantile and that their complaints are ridiculous and out of control. And not very supportive. And then, of course, the Democrats are like, oh, we stand with you and Black Lives Matter. And so it's a funny kind of situation that we're in. But basically, so now they're in a situation that there's been 2 guys arrested because they posted on a social media network that they were going to shoot every black person that they saw on the campus of Missouri. So the kids were scared. They didn't want to go to class. They didn't want to go around. But then the university, the kids at the university stepped up. They took over their cultural center and they made it a place where the students could come and study and eat and feel comfortable. And there was like a team of guys that would walk people to their classes and make sure that everybody went to the class. But then, which was awesome. And there's just constant tension because they don't know when this is really going to be over, if it ever is going to be over. There's the argument that we're coddling the students because we live in a world of free speech. So the big debate now is, do these kids understand that freedom of speech is freedom of speech and people can say whatever they want? You don't have the right to, interrupt their freedom of speech just because you have feelings about what these people are saying. So apparently it's just because we got feelings that they putting swastikas out of feces on walls and calling kids the N-word as they walk to class and doing those things. So you're in your feelings, but those people have the right to their freedom of speech on this college campus. So
which are also feelings.
Every time you say freedom of speech, I feel like you're going to give me like a Chuck D verse.
As I came in with my bad attitude earlier today to come in here, I came in here with a bad attitude, I admit it, because I was listening to the news all day. And there's obviously way more things going on in the world right now also. Just shout out to France.
Absolutely.
Prayers with you guys. But it's also because literally trying to listen and follow up and figure out what's else has been going on with this story, like literally listening to the commentators, trying to change the topic of what's really going on to an issue of black students not understanding the idea of freedom of speech and being too sensitive pissed me off in ways I can't begin to explain. But anyway, that's the story. So there you have it. So they're sort of in flux right now, and all other universities are sort of experiencing very similar things, and the issues are coming up on other universities, and protests are going on, and a lot of it's happening on social media.
But freedom of speech doesn't say that you could elicit harm against someone. There's a difference.
Right.
So, first of all, I have to commend the football team.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And as someone that went to a major football school, University of Florida, predominantly white institution, being black on campus, there's like 300 of us.
Yes.
I get that. I get why the football players, when they protested, first it was the black football players, and then it expanded to the team, from what I read.
And their coach supported them, which was great.
So so I commend the team, and I wish other places would do the same, take that stance. But it's unfortunate that it always has to come down to the bottom line, which I agree with the family of the young girl, which a year before, I believe, one of the sports magazines did a story on. She was a swimmer, biracial swimmer, who was sexually assaulted and then later killed herself, and they didn't do anything. So that's kind of what spearheaded this whole thing. So it took the athletes, cost them $1 million.
I was going to say $1 million to play.
But that's what turned it for them.
Pardon?
That's what made a difference.
I understand, but it shouldn't have been that way, and that's the problem.
Unfortunately,
well, money always
America,
talks.
Money matters.
Oh, no.
And it was the big game, BYU, so they were like, well, you are not going to have us miss this game and miss that $1 million up. Yeah.
But we could use that.
Yeah, use it as leverage.
We can use that as leverage to make things change.
I'm just tired of us having to use it, though. You know what I mean? At this stage.
Like, we haven't. This is the first time
I've
ever seen a team suggest that they're going to go on strike and not play.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. I mean more of like just protesting and just having to do this. We are about to be in 2016, and we are still having to protest and do crazy stuff like this.
What she said is no different than the 1950s with
the
integration of schools. Like, literally, it's the same thing. The little girls had to be escorted by the federal people, and we're like, we're in 2015, we got a black president.
And that's why
we have still having this conversation.
Exactly, and that's why it's more disturbing to me that the conversation across, and I watch all media. I will watch Fox News. I watch CNN. I watch it all. That it seems like a calculated conversation to change it to this argument about freedom of speech, because the bottom line is nobody's confused about your freedom of speech. You can say whatever the heck you want to, but there are consequences to what you say, and I have a right to assert those consequences. If I don't feel comfortable on this school that I'm paying just as much money to be, I deserve to have my advisors, my representatives at this school to also stand up for me, not just stand up for your right for free speech. So I think it's crap that like they want to make it, because they make it seem they it's condescending.
And the victim becomes the
and they're making it about these black kids that don't know what the deal is with freedom of speech. And when the comments were made about the demands that the kids were making, and if you read, the demands are online in a PDF, you can check them out. I believe they had like 10 of them. And the demands were also upsetting because I went to Northwestern, white school, up in Chicago. It was like, I think we had like 4% black people at the school. It was about 4%. And in like 1969, when the black kids sat in on the bursar's office and like demanded there be a black house where black students have somewhere safe to go and do things, and demanded that the school at least have a 10% population of black students, none of that was upheld over the 30 years later that I, entered the school. Those are the same demands that these kids are making in 2015. Can we have a black population of more than 2%? Can you hire some black professors? Can you hire some black advisors? like make the levels a little bit more even so that we don't feel like outsiders on this campus. And somebody has a nerve to say that they have too many requests and that it's insane and that it's crazy and like, oh God, that they have concerns that these people don't have their best interests at heart because they aren't representative of them is bullshit. And I think it sucks.
But
Sorry.
if we take race out of the equation, all the school campus shootings, can we not see the logic in that? Like, it doesn't matter free speech, but free speech to incite violence with all the school shootings that we just went through. Yeah. So are you going to tell me the victims at those schools, those perpetrators, it was okay when they did make it verbal, what they wanted to do? It was okay for them to say it because it was free speech. Yeah. But we have some dead students now. Yeah. Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of BS. I'm sorry. Yeah. They just don't really care because we're black and whatever. And that's just what it boils down to. And that's why you're hearing all this deterrent. It's just a bunch of people don't want to face their demons head on, and that's just what we're seeing. We just have to continue to hit where it hurts, and that's the dollar bill in the wallet. Exactly. You know what I mean? And that they will pay attention then, and they are paying attention. Yeah. So. Well, hopefully things will change soon, and this story is I'm sure going to develop even more as we see in the next couple of weeks. Before we move on to our hot topics, we want to talk a little bit about DraftKings. You guys, we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. Have you played DraftKings? Have you gone to DraftKings.com?
Fantasy football?
Are you a fan of fantasy football at all? What about you?
I will serve some pizza.
You're like, that's my role right there.
Watch it. Yeah, that's what I do. I know my place. I just look for the cuties and that's it.
That's all you do, right? Well, DraftKings.com is a great place to get some prizes. You can play fantasy football. I play fantasy football, but this is an easy way to do it. So there's lots of prizes up to $2 million worth of first prize, and then second prize is $1 million, and there's how many? $10 million? $10 million in prizes.
And I signed up, and I'm waiting.
Did you pick your teams and stuff already, Jesse?
So I'm just saying that I need at least $10,000 because I had a dream book.
You dreaming too low. We need like $100,000.
I'm okay with $10,000.
What he needs.
Okay, I got you.
Make them judge.
That's what I want the Lord to bless me with. You know what I mean?
Okay, I feel that. And just give me a little percentage of that. But go to DraftKings.com. Code name is Black, as in black. Codename Black.
You need a little help remembering that word?
Yeah. Black.
Wait, what?
Here on Black Hollywood Live.
No, because I was going to say geek.
He's looking at my skin.
We changed up the code name. I had to make sure I got the right code name. But it's codename Black.
It's not caramel.
It's not black. It's chocolate. No, it's black. So go to DraftKings.com, play a little fancy football, and let us know if you win, and give us a little percentage if you do.
Okay.
All right, we're going to move on to our EUR Web Story Spotlight of the Week.
EUR Web Story Spotlight of the Week.
Well, we obviously have been talking about controversy in Missouri with the university, and there's another thing that's sparking some controversy. A man who has a lot of controversy every time he releases a film, Mr. Spike Lee. He is releasing Chiraq this weekand, and we're excited to see the film. I saw the trailer. It looks amazing. The story is about a group of women whose men are affiliated with a gang, and they all decide to withhold on sex to their boyfriends or husbands in order to create a type of union and non-violent situation.
Pussy for peace.
Pussy for peace, yes. Yes, another way of saying it. Yes, it is, absolutely. And Mr. Spike Lee was, he was doing a little tour of his press tour this weekend, or this past week, and he went on Anderson Cooper, interview with Anderson Cooper on CNN, and in his conversation, he was also talking about social media effects on gun violence in Chicago and everything that's going on, and he blames a lot of social media for the fact of what's going on just with gun violence and kind of egging things on. And we have a little clip here of his interview that he had with Anderson Cooper and what he had to say about that.
And they told me that social media is a major element of violence, where people post stuff on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, and people respond to it, not by typing out something on their phones, but by bang, bang, bang.
What got you, Spike, wanting to come here, wanting to do?
Well, number one, I care about human beings. And what's happening in Chicago is happening in Brooklyn, where I'm from, Boogie Down Bronx, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Maryland, as you know, New Orleans, Houston, South Central. But my wife, Tanya, really made it crystal clear. Chicago is the canary in the coal mine.
And there you go. That's a little clip from his interview with Anderson Cooper. And that was also sparking off of a killing that just occurred from a 9-year-old Tyshawn Lee, who they say was gunned down because of he was lured into an alley, and they say he was gunned down because of his father being associated with a gang. So it's just really sad of all these things that continue to go on. So what do you guys think about his statement about social media being the cause of some of this gun violence that's happening, and just overall some of the violence overall? So
I'm not surprised.
I mean, I get what he's saying, but I don't think it's social media. It's like it's the same scenario prior to when he say guns don't kill people. People with the wrong person with a gun kills people. This has been happening prior to social media, but I get what he's saying. Social media, because of its widespread,
amplifies.
It facilitates it
goes out more. But everything with the next generation, it's so different with social media. They have a disconnect. It's a whole learning curve. We have to reteach. These kids will have to be retaught so many things.
Yeah.
So. And social media isn't going anywhere, so we have to adapt to it. I don't think it's social media. I think it's the people.
It's personal responsibility.
And there you go. There you go. And I think that's part of what the film is talking about with personal responsibility.
Absolutely.
With these women withholding sex to coerce their mates into making better decisions. So I think for me that's the overall story of it. But the problem that's going on with Chicago, and like you said, in other cities, that's for us as a community that we need to work on.
Right.
We lost that whole village. It takes a village to raise a child because we're too scared that child's going to come back and hit you upside your head. But if you teach fearing that child from they're younger, they fear you, they'll respect you, and they will love you.
That's true.
That's how it works.
That's
but
true.
It's so funny.
What do I know?
It's so funny. I was watching, I think my roommate had the Brady Bunch on. And as I'm watching like a clip from it, I just sat there and I thought to myself, I was like, it's really scary, because even in the sense of like, okay, I still get thrown in the millennial group, but I mean, I went outside. I used to play when I was outside. I had to be home when the damn lights turned on.
I know, that's right.
I was in the house. But the thing is you look at today and it's, no one knows who their neighbor is, and the more I move to different communities, I don't know who my neighbors are, and then I become the weirdo if I'm like friendly to somebody and by me they're like, you're a little too nice, you're out there, you know.
Yeah, but is that a regional thing? Because is that, I grew up in Ohio, and you know your neighbors, even to this day, you know who your neighbors are.
But I think it's
Atlanta, you know who your neighbors are.
Okay, but do they still today at this moment?
Where you at in Atlanta?
I mean, I grew up in I had a suburb lifestyle too, but I mean, and I knew the neighbors, but now when I go back to my family's home, I don't know who's living across, and when I ask my family, they don't really, oh yeah, I think somebody new moved in. It's become that. It's we've become less connected with people, and I think that's where it gets scary. And then these kids are watching, don't get me into my conspiracy theories, with damn kids playing these video games, and now it's easy for them because they're so disconnected that they could easily pull a trigger and do things like that.
I agree, because I think that's sort of more of what he was speaking of in terms of what social media has done to us culturally. Yes, we have problems in our community that need to get worked out. The idea that these kids have no hope for anything is why but that is multi-layered, and I think that social media is one of those layers, because as a culture as a whole, not just black people, we are way more connected and simultaneously completely disconnected in a way we've never been before, and nobody has addressed at this point. Right. And when it comes to kids that are looking towards the future and what they can do, like, we've even glamorized the disconnection with things like Instagram and things like that, because they can go on and that's how they
feel more
they
connected.
Feel a certain level of value from that they don't get elsewhere, because we've let that void sort of exist for way too long. So I'm not blaming Instagram for like causing violence in Chicago on any level, but to pretend like there aren't multiple layers of that problem, and because it's easy to be like, social media didn't do that, we just people. We've been people for a long time, and we've been killing each other for a long time.
That's
so but at the same time,
and he does address that later on in the interview.
Yeah, because it went on further, and that's why I think it kind of got lost in the mix. But at the same time, I mean, the idea that we are like sort of expanding violence in a way that we've never been able to before, it's way more available in a way that it never was before. And that extends beyond like Chicago and our local community shooting. Like, that's how freaking ISIS is transmitting information. It's true. All going on over social media. They're cheering over social media right now for what's going on in France. So like, that's it's a whole community that we have not figured out yet, maybe, how we need to attack and how we need to deal with it. But literally, social media is its own organism within the organism that is humanity, and we need to figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, as even Michelle was saying, and you were saying as well, I don't agree that social media is the cause of this problem, but I do think that especially our youth, they put so much on social media, so much private information on social media. I was reading my cousin's social media, and there was a beef between him and another kid, and I was like, really? Like, you guys are putting all this across, you know what I mean? And then you're going to see each other, fists are going to be blowing, you know?
But I mean, even look at, what was the hot blank from Brooklyn, the kid that dropped hot N-word on Bobby Shmurda. Literally rapped about something, and now he's in jail because of what he was rapping about. You know what I mean? And he made how much money off of it?
He did, yeah. Well, a lot of people are upset with Spike, especially people in Chicago, by the one person in particular, Chicago rapper Rhymefest. He had a lot to say about Mr. Spike Lee and his movie. In fact, he said that Spike Lee basically is exploiting the people and the children of the community by making this movie. The mayor of Chicago has also come in and said that he was really upset that Spike is drawing this attention to Chicago and representing Chicago. Well, listen, 400 people have already been killed in Chicago this year.
Spike Lee created Chiraq.
Right, exactly. I mean, 400 people have been killed already in Chicago this year. Last year, Chicago was one of the leading cities that had the most murders in all other states or all other cities and states.
Bigger than New York.
Bigger than New York. So, listen, Spike is just drawing attention to a problem that's been going on for a while that we've all been dealing with, and that we need to really bring it to light. So I don't know why they're really going in on Spike as much as they are, but I get it. He's there's always a person circumstance victim. So
I think the rapper was. From my perspective, when I saw his interview, I was watching allhiphop.com when he gave his interview perspective on it. I think he may have felt jisted because Spike didn't include people from Chicago with the film.
Right.
I think that's part of it, and I can get it to an extent.
But there's lots of extras that they were saying were included.
But see, that's extras,
directly
not
related.
a Chicago person helping to write the script.
Jennifer Hudson's in the movie?
I know Jennifer Hudson has suffered from violence in her home. I get it. But I think that's what the rapper was saying. I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
No, I feel you.
Because I agree.
I'm not shooting the messenger.
It could also be like, bitch, you put Jennifer Hudson in and you think this is a movie about Chiraq.
But I'm saying, if that's the argument, there is...
That's what I got from it. I got that he was upset that he felt like people from Chicago were directly influenced into the movie, except for the pastor guy.
Right.
And I mean... At the bottom line, also, it's a movie. They have to make money. They have to make a good movie. In order to, what's more important, the message,
right,
or the messenger,
or that cousin Johnny got to be in the movie? Like that doesn't even.
I mean, the cast of the movie was cast brilliantly. I
thought.
I didn't even know all those people.
Nick Cannon, Wesley Snipes, Jennifer Hudson, Samuel Jackson, John Cusack, Angela Bassett. So the cast is
people act like Spike Lee doesn't do anything for Chicago, period, or doesn't know what's going on enough to really write about this. I don't know. Like, he's very heavily involved,
and he definitely went into the community and talked with the gang members and hung out at the church. He did his research.
Especially with something hitting this close to home. I mean,
well, I don't know. I also see it as a crab in a barrel situation again. We do it to ourselves.
We do it to ourselves.
We can't we can't support the movie because he didn't do it right. I mean, it goes into the whole thing to me with the Nina Simone situation. I am on the minority on it, but that's a whole different discussion. But the idea is we need to get this message out. The world needs to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So we could help the community, right? So if this Spike Lee movie's gonna do it, then we should be supporting it.
Right, we can make the good Chicago movie in 2 years from now.
But if he feels that way, then you know what? Get your people to talk to Spike's people and see how you could have, you could have been a part of it. What you can do from here, but.
And what I love, the movie is actually based off of a Greek play. So
yes, which I love.
But that also was a point of contention for everybody. Like they were on the news just yesterday complaining. Like, I mean, do you really think it's a good idea that he did a movie with women not wanting to, like, giving up sex? I was like, are we really having this conversation? Like, are we the most, like, we are not that ignorant. Are we really that like special?
That's what I was saying. It's just too much. We're always talking about black women being stereotyped. So here we go, where black women are saying, sex is used it as a different type of weapon except for twerking. So we're going to complain about that? Really? actually.
Listen, but if you want to, you want to get some attention, you're not giving up the nanny. That'll catch some attention.
Historically speaking, that has actually worked in the past.
Sex has been used a lot.
Do your research. It has been used in the past.
Although it could cause some unnecessary violence, though.
My thing is,
but sex has been used in the past.
Sex has been used as a weapon.
Yeah. Going into the next election, can the next president utilize the NFL and pussy so that we can get some things done correctly around here?
On that note, that concludes our hot topics of today. But we're going to move on to some interview time with AD and Michelle. So thank you guys for coming in today. And giving your input today as well. We've had a variation of topics to discuss.
Sell me your products, AD.
I want everybody to know because we didn't really.
Abdominals.
We didn't really get into this at the beginning, but AD is the founder of a company, D Herbs, which it really gives some great information about just your lifestyle and getting your stuff together. The holidays are coming up. You got some secrets to share with people on how they can, eat a lot but still remain healthy, and what to eat and how to cleanse and get all that stuff moving and shaking. And give us a little bit of information.
Of all, at D Herbs, we have a product called the Full Body Cleanse. It cleans out all your major eliminative channels. That's your gallbladder, your heart, your liver, your colon, your spleen, your lungs, your kidneys, your adrenal glands, your blood, and your skin.
Sold. I'll take one.
He got nice skin.
I'm kind of scared when you. What do you mean clean it out? It just comes all out. We gonna see it.
Well, you gotta.
It's gonna come out.
I'm
like, is it sweating out?
You gotta go somewhere. You don't want.
That's gonna be your colon.
Okay, it comes out. Okay.
It definitely will expel waste that way. But a lot of times people don't understand. Your skin is the biggest organ on your body. More things pass through your skin than your actual bowel.
That's true.
You just can't witness it.
Wow.
So there's a lot of
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
walking in that smog every day, man.
And also during the cleanse, the cleanse will help you lose weight. It'll help you with mental clarity, stronger immune system, clearer skin, all of those great things.
So how often do you do it? Yeah, how often do you do it?
So
and how
our
long
particular cleanse is for 20 days.
Okay.
Wow.
And how long, often would you do that every
Well,
time?
I always tell people it depends on how bad or how well you live. So once you clean out your system and you really begin to start feeling good, and you know what feeling good truly feels like, you'll know when you need to do it again. But some people do it 3 times a year, every seasonal change. It just ranges from person to person.
So I cannot have champagne for 20 days when I do the cleanse.
You can't drink.
I'm just joking.
Can't drink. Not grapes, no.
Y'all need to stop it.
Okay,
In
so 20
moderation.
days. Are we drinking juice? Are we just eating some
fresh
lettuce?
fruits and vegetables, raw nuts and raw seeds throughout that process.
For 20 days.
For 20 days. That's
nuts
all you eat.
And seeds and
That's
lettuce.
all you eat.
That's it. Change your life. You'll never be the same.
Really?
I believe it.
I do co-sign.
Because here's my thing. I'm going to
life.
do it. I have this skin disorder that I want to fix. And I feel like if I cleanse myself.
Well, your skin is directly related to your blood. So therefore, on the full body cleanse, there's a formula within there that's going to help you deal with any kind of blood issues.
So I'm eating nuts, fresh fruits, and drinking this cleanse diet.
Well, it's not. The cleanse is basically capsules. It's individual capsules, and the food are basically the fresh fruits and vegetables that you're going to eat throughout that process.
I support capsules because I can't with the shakes.
I can't with the juices and the shakes. And,
they be tasting like that is not chocolate.
And you obviously are a very fit person. What's kind of like your eating habits and share some of that with the audience. And what's your workout regimen on a day-to-day basis?
I work out every single day, but I just me personally, I just feel like being active is extremely important. Just working out. And then you also have to be mindful of the things that you put in your body. Let's just say if once you guys did the cleanse and you started really, really feeling good, you're less likely to put something in there that's going to make you feel bad.
That's true.
Because you worked so hard to get to that point.
I feel that.
Yeah, and I think that's really what it's all about.
And what don't you eat? Because I feel like there's some things that you
like you just wouldn't touch.
Like you wouldn't touch it, like ground beef or pork.
When I said Cheetos,
we said chitlins earlier. I know you're not eating chitlins. I know we're not going to go in your fridge to see chitlins.
Look, before I cleansed 11 years ago, I would drink soda nonstop. I would rather have soda than actually eat a meal.
Yep.
So, I had acid reflux, and a lot of times people don't understand if you have a soda a day, it increase your chances of diabetes. Like 15%.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Wow. So I was definitely on my way to that. And after I did the full body cleanse, I had no desire for soda. To this very day, I still don't drink soda.
And then do you cut out all sugars in your diet? I mean, or take us through kind of like your daily menu, what you
eat. For me,
yeah.
well, I'll start off one day eating like a smoothie, things along that. I would probably have a salad geared towards dinner. And then, a lot of times people trying to put you in a box. I've never put myself in that box.
I like that.
Ever. Because I think that can be limiting. I think that people will feel trapped and they can't get out. I think it's good to do it for 20 days, but throughout your life, I think that can be really tough for people. The whole point is basically if you keep doing something, you do too much of it, your body will greatly be affected. 90% of all diseases today are diet related. We're eating our way to sickness.
Right. Yeah.
That's what's going on. So too much of a bad thing can cause problems within your life. And cleansing and eating healthy and things like that can definitely keep you on the right path. The more you do it, the less likely you're to lean in the other direction.
So it's like an oil change for your body.
There you go.
80-20.
Exactly.
But can you over cleanse? You know what I mean? Like, can it be where
I
you're
always
doing
tell
too
people,
much?
can you overdose eating apples?
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
No.
No.
You're going to be fine.
I mean, like
Man.
bananas, I would assume not because monkeys
basically
live
what God has put here for us.
Yeah.
We're natural vegetarians. We're really technically not supposed to eat meat. They can tell by the design of your teeth. So I always.
So you don't eat any meat?
Huh?
You don't eat any meat?
I have.
Okay.
But in the past 11 years.
I'm telling you,
No
I
fish?
have. I've never ever put myself in a box.
Okay. So you won't be coming to my house for the holidays.
That's what I want to know. What you eat for the holidays?
Yeah.
You know what? Thanksgiving and things like that, I never go crazy. Because technically...
And that's when everybody does.
Do you eat macaroni and cheese, mashed potato?
Macaroni and cheese, that's tough.
Do you drink vodka ever?
Huh?
Vodka ever?
Of course I've had a drink before. Okay. To say I'm not human is not the case.
Okay.
All right,
We're just trying to get your
turn up
healthy
on the
plan.
weekend.
You know what the healthy plan is, basically? It's to at least cleanse once or twice a year. I would also mention, like, we had a pastor. He was 351 pounds.
Wow, how tall was he?
5'9".
Oh, wow.
And just recently, we've put him on a regimen. He's done the cleanse twice for 40 days. He lost 60 pounds.
Wow.
27 the first cleanse, 33 the second cleanse.
Wow.
Within 40 days. It just goes to show you, if you actually put what you're supposed to put into your body will respond.
Okay, I want to take on a challenge. Let's do a BHL challenge. Let's start December 1st. Let's 3 of us do the cleanse for 20 days. I'm serious. Let's do it. It's right after the holidays.
I'm going to be the only one to follow through with
though.
it.
That's good. That's a good time period. It's right after Thanksgiving. We're going to eat a little crazy.
I can't, but that's like holiday party. I can't drink because it's a cleanse.
But that's first through the 20. Let's do it. Let's do the BHL challenge. If you guys want to do BHL challenge with us, tweet us or Instagram us a picture of what you want to do.
We'll vlog every day.
Yeah, I mean seriously, let's do it.
I'm gonna be real
Let's do it.
depressed.
I want to do it.
You know what? This is what I do.
I want to do it.
I can do it because I'm competitive.
BHL 2015. That would be the code. Anyone who's listening to the show and want to order the product, that'll give them 10% off.
Hey, that's
Save
what's
money for
up.
the holidays.
And you know what? If they don't follow you, just be the leader.
Be the leader.
Listen, I'll lead. I'll
There
do
you
it.
go.
I want to do it. I'm serious.
I mean,
you heard me.
I'm on it.
I'm competitive. I'm not gonna lose. So
I ain't
I do
about
it.
to-
Me too.
She's gonna win just
I'm
because,
very
not because of her
competitive.
health,
But
but
I
just
do
because
it.
she wants to win.
I
No,
care.
but
I
And then
care
if
about
people
my
want
health.
to find out more about all your what you do and get information from you, do they just go to your site or like
Yeah,
where is
you
it?
can go to our site. It's DHerbs, the letter D, the word herb.com, DHERBS.com. They can always give us a call at 866-434-3727, and that's 866-434-3727.
I like the way you did that just on repeat. You remixed it.
no, but he's right. Once you change your eating habits, your body's gonna naturally just take stuff out.
Absolutely.
Like,
And I
he's
feel like
right.
that's a nice little pre-New Year's.
That's why I was upset when I
goal
ate the
right
Cheetos
there.
last night.
I know. No, it's for
Eat 'em.
It had
Listen,
been like
you got
3
you got
years,
2
and I was
weeks.
like, I'm gonna eat a
You got
Cheeto.
2 weeks to eat
And it didn't feel
Cheetos,
great.
Pringles,
They
whatever
sitting
you
in
want.
my car right now.
2 weeks. You got 2 weeks, Courtney, to eat anything you want. So make it good.
That's not how it works, because I'm not like that. I don't be binging.
Oh, okay.
Girl.
But when I want some pasta, I want some pasta.
You be binging.
Bitch, all day.
Bitch, you be hitting me up late night talking
Oh, he's just calling people out. Calling people out.
Well, also, we've been graced with the
bag I
president
get.
of Michelle Madison, who's doing her thing in Miami.
Yeah.
Tell us all about, I mean, you interview all the celebrities
I
there.
don't even want them. See, they playing with the Cheetos up in here.
They got you.
If it was a Puffs, I would eaten it with you. Well,
You
Miami
got
Now.
Yeah, Miami Now TV. You do your thing.
Yeah, any major celebrity that comes to Miami, definitely we get interviews with them, red carpets, movies, screenings, all that jazz. It's fun. But I created the show specifically for a lack of diversity I saw in TV in Miami. Even though Miami is a melting pot, people tend to think of it as only white and Hispanic.
Yeah.
And the black population there we're pretty much there. We're not just, on the Miami Heat team or Rick Ross is the only black person. The rest of us exist.
Right.
And just wanting to show that positive aspect and the true diversity of South Florida. So it kind of just spiraled into something more than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it's given some opportunities to a lot of the up-and-coming entertainment reporters, the students. I work a lot with students at universities with giving them experience in the business. So now I'm expanding to LA, so I'm excited, and definitely thank you for having me, and great to meet you guys. I'm definitely a fan of these two. I know the camera can't catch them, but they're awesome. So yeah.
And
so
then
that means you're skeptical about AD? Because I'm just trying to figure out because you were more a fan of that.
No, I love them both. We were actually, you guys should have filmed us outside talking.
All right, Spike Lee.
You guys should have filmed us outside talking because we had some good topics that we were talking about. So no.
Who's been some of your favorite people to interview?
That's kind of hard, but definitely hands down, my favorite would have to be Neo.
Okay.
Because years ago I interviewed him when he was in Miami, and he did backflips for me on camera.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he tried to get me to do it. I was like, no, boo-boo, I'm a black girl. I got my hair. Don't even try it. Just know who you're talking to. But he was very mature. I saw him on a different level. Surprisingly, also, the rapper Plies, he is such a gentleman.
I believe that.
Oh my gosh, I had to tell you. He kept calling me ma'am. I do, and I actually agree with most of the things that he says.
Yeah.
But he's such a gentleman. He just kept calling me ma'am and miss, and I was like, Sudie, we're about the same age. I want you to call me
It's
Michelle.
Southern, man.
But he's honest, and I think I agree with a lot of what he says. I think he actually he needs a segment.
Yes.
We clean him up a little bit.
Yeah.
But a lot of what he says, know the words, because
I like the word verbiage because I think sometimes in order for people to really listen to you have to sprinkle a little fuck. You know what I mean? Like people listen.
And you just sprinkled the hell out of it.
Yes.
But I'm saying people will actually, you ain't going to forget that was dropped in the middle. That little shock.
Fuck is a powerful adjective, verb, noun. It works in many situations.
It's a wonderful thing.
But he says great knowledge.
Has there been somebody who you have been like, I'm not really feeling them after you interviewed them?
Why would you say that?
Listen,
I would say
I'll
not
say mine.
feeling.
I'll say mine.
It was a challenging interview.
There you go.
A challenging interview.
Oprah, she was a bitch.
I wish. Touch her and turn into
Listen, Oprah, he said that, not me.
I did. I love you, girl.
Well, I wouldn't know if it'd say challenging, but I was just surprised. I interviewed Shaq.
Okay.
And I was surprised that the energy wasn't
as big as it is.
Yeah, so I felt like I had to really stream the interview on.
Yeah.
And then Rick Ross, him and the Triple C's, I think I got high during the interview.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know.
You can come on my show. I'm down for that.
But yeah. So those two were interesting. I wouldn't say they were boring. It was just
they were more challenging than the others. Yeah, I feel that.
Unexpected.
Yes. All right. Well, we're glad both of you guys came in. Where can fans find you on social media? On social media, definitely I'm more of an Instagram girl than a Twitter girl. So Instagram at Michelle_Madison TV. If you want Twitter, then it's Michelle, MICH_Madison TV. AD. Sorry. Go ahead. No. Sorry. Go ahead. Wrap up. Or you can go to MiamiNowTV.com. MiamiNowTV.com. AD, where can people find you? Well, you can find me and my company at D-Herbs. That's it. That's it. He like the one name. Don't contact me personally. Don't call my phone. Right. You can reach my website. Don't follow my Instagram. Right. Don't do none of that. Don't like no pictures. Y'all need to get clean. Straight to the website. Like that detox. That's all you need to like is that detox for 20 days. Call me when your skin right. I'm gonna do it after Courtney, where can fans find you and your Cheetos? Fine.
Notice I did not take not a one Cheeto, even though I was smelling the salt and I'm feeling the pain, but I said no to the Cheetos because they have powdered things on them that are killing our insides.
Girl, you just ate a whole bag yesterday.
I didn't eat the whole bag. It's in my car.
Wait. I want to know, are you guys going to clear?
Are we gonna?
Oh, I'm legit.
I told
you said quit.
Okay.
Cleanse.
No, he said cleanse.
No.
I mean, I personally would prefer if it started January 1st.
I'm sorry.
I'll give
up
my.
I will do it in December.
I'll do it December 1st.
Well, December 1st and December 20th, 20 days, right?
That's 20 days.
Yeah, so the Christmas parties don't start until the 23rd-ish.
Christmas parties
She thinking about the
December
holiday
1st. I'm talking about
parties.
holiday parties for work.
She thinking about open bars.
But don't they start like the 20-something?
See, that's why you had to call me out, because it is free. It's fine. I'm going to be sober all December because I'm going to be on the big cleanse. All right, so you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, and you can probably follow me in my misery on Periscope when I'm cleansing me and Reddit at Stewart Starlet.
Jesse, where the hell can they find you?
Eating Cheetos right now.
You know, I'm gonna do my cleanse on Snapchat at the Greek God and God with a 0. But you can hit me up everywhere at DJ Jesse J.
And you can find me at Derrial Christon on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Remember to go to the Buzzmeter question, which is, are you excited to see Chiraq?
Yep.
We are. And make sure to tune in next week, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
The best part of the Cheetos.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Derrial Christon, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.